What are spices? They are 6 attributes that are fundamental to developing well-rounded youth better prepared for success in the world. SPICES is an acronym for social, physical, intellectual, character, emotional, and spiritual development. These building blocks help our youth flourish in everyday life. Scouting is one of the few programs that helps youth grow in all 6 of these areas. Most Scouters recognize that these 6 attributes are already embedded in our program. They see it in the open conversations and meaningful moments with their groups, from a Cub Scout solving a problem in a STEM experiment to a crew of rovers discussing a service project in another country. The Canadian path will simply create greater opportunities for our youth to have more meaningful moments.
Scouting has changed me because it's been my life. It's everything. It's the values of who I am, and it's helped me network and communicate with other youth.
Balanced and positive development in the SPICES is the goal of Scouting. It's important for both Scouts and their Scouters to keep these in mind when planning, doing, and reviewing all their activities. Because these are abstract and complex ideas, different sections will talk about them differently. Beaver Scouts and Cub Scouts might never talk about the SPICES when reviewing an activity, but they can talk about friendships, teamwork, and how an activity made them feel. Scouters should always keep the SPICES in mind when supporting the youth in planning, doing, and reviewing.
Ça m'apporte beaucoup de réconfort. Comme tes amis sont là, puis ça fait du bien, comme de juste relaxer dehors, puis d'être en plein air, sans soucis qui reposent sur tes épaules.
Older sections can take more ownership of the SPICES, incorporating all 6 into both the planning and reviewing process of any activity. For example, a good book could be recommended to read at a camp, encouraging intellectual and spiritual growth. Consider how a campfire can provide an easy opportunity to touch on all the SPICES in less than an hour. Youth sharing a campfire are clearly engaged in a social activity. An upbeat chorus of boom chicka boom will get youth physically moving to the beat. Campfires can also give shy members an opportunity to sing and perform, boosting their confidence while developing their character. A Scouter asking a tricky riddle can be an intellectual challenge for the group, and closing the campfire with a moment of reflection or Scouter's Minute will encourage spiritual growth. Just watch the youth faces, and you'll see emotional growth occurring throughout the campfire experience. From the joy of yelling at the top of their lungs, to the peace of staring into the fading flames, youth are learning to value a connection with each other, their personal beliefs, as well as life in nature.
The Scouting experience is a lot of fun, and so much more. Personal development and growth is fundamental to Scouting, and the SPICES acronym help us think about this when planning, doing, or reviewing just about any activity. With the SPICES and the Canadian path, we're developing well-rounded youth, better prepared for success in the world. So join us on this great new adventure. We'll see you on the path.